Hello, it is April 6th. Today we're going to be able to sketch angles on the grid using 0, 90, 180, and 270. This is the first lesson of the trigonometry unit. We're in a new packet now. I posted the packet on Google Classroom. I sent it on Remind. It's on Schlansky.com. It's everywhere. So this is a pretty quick lesson. I usually do 2 lessons in the first period, but we're just going to keep it simple and do 1 for today. No need to overwhelm you. So basically what you need to know is when you sketch an angle on the grid, when you sketch an angle on the grid, we're starting at this point right here. So this is going to be 0. Now, if I'm starting here, from 0 to there is 90. From 0 to here is 180. This would be 270, and then back around is 360. So I don't need that little right angle in there, but I'm just trying to show you where it comes from. So whenever you're on the grid, you're always starting at the right. And then, again, 0, 90, 180, 270. So if I want to know how much this angle is, well, this angle is between 90 and 180. It's 20 more than 90. So it's 90 plus 20, which is 110 degrees. Now, the one other thing I want to talk to you about today is called the reference angle. The reference angle is the angle formed between the angle and the x-axis, always the x-axis. So this right here is the reference angle. So I'm going to kind of define reference angle for you. The reference angle, let's just try and get that away from there. Is the acute angle formed between the angle and the x-axis. In a later lesson, you're going to see what's so important about the reference angle, but for today, we're just going to talk about what it is. It's the acute angle formed between the angle and the x-axis. So, how many degrees is this? Well, if this here is 180 and this is 110, this is between 180 and 110. So I would do 180 minus 110, which is 70. So the reference angle is 70. The angle itself is 110. Let's take a look at number 2. 0, 90, 180, 270, and then back around to 360. This angle is between 180 and 270. Based on this, it's 35 less than 270 because it's hugging the 270. The angle is 235. Now the reference angle is the angle formed between the angle and the x-axis. So if this is 235 and this is 180, this is between 235 and 180. So I'm going to just subtract those values. And I get 55. The angle is 235. The reference angle is 55. There's really not much more to this. We can go in the other direction now. So let's do that. It wants me to sketch 100. So I'm going to do 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. 100 is between 90 and 180. So I'm just going to, from the origin, draw it into that quadrant a little bit closer to the 90. That's 100. Now the one other thing I want you to do, I still want you to tell me the reference angle. The reference angle is the acute angle between the angle and the x-axis. This is 180. This is 100. So it's 180 minus 100, which is 80. 300, 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. 300 is between 270 and 360, so I'm going to draw an angle into that quadrant from the origin, closer to the, in fact, actually, I probably should have made it closer to the 270, since 300 is closer to 270 than it is to 360. I'm not super worried about that, though. If you don't, do that, that's okay. But I'm a math teacher, so I should do things right. That would be 300. The reference angle is the angle formed between the angle and the x-axis. So this is 360. This is 300. I'm not using the 0. I would use the 0 if I was in quadrant 1, because this quadrant is between 270 and 360. I'm using the 360. So the reference angle would be 360 minus 300, and that's 60. And that's it. That's all I got for you. It's a pretty simple lesson. Again, in school, I would go over this in about 15 minutes. We'd practice it, we'd finish it, and then we would move on. But especially since I'm a little bit late getting this lesson out to you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and that's all you got tonight. I got a 1 or 2 question quiz coming on this. I'm going to give you an extra day to complete it, and I got some big news for you guys tomorrow. All right, I think it's the shortest lesson ever, 6 minutes and 20-something seconds. See ya.